Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're going to get right into the game. The last part of character creation is initiation.
So like graduating from dog school, or?
Yeah, basically. Well, basically, I'll go through it real quick here.
Okay.
We got relationships. We've got belongings, and now the sixth and final step: accomplishment. Let's start with you. Up until now, you've been building your character at the public table while you, I hope, were open to suggestions. Nobody else had any actual say of what's on your character sheet. This final step, everything changes. Say that I'm the GM every game, and I call each of you, the players, in turn. Say something that your character hopes to accomplish during the initiation. An example is, I hope that my character won distinction in the eyes of my teacher. Or you may say, I hope that my character overcame his fear of blood. Or, I hope my character exorcised a demon. Or, I hope my character learned to curb her temper. I hope my character solved a serious problem without resorting to violence. Whatever grabs you. That accomplishment is what's at stake.
I hope my character managed to hide his shame from his fellow dogs.
Okay, that's what's at stake. So, we're just going to grab... I'm just going to write that down here in this little book here. And what's your character's name?
Joseph.
And I hope I can hide my shame, or I hope, you know?
Yeah.
What was it you said? Because what you said was good.
I hope that I managed to hide my shame from my fellow dogs or brothers.
Brothers are fine. Brothers are more broad, because brothers is anybody that's faithful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bossing dogs.
Oh, it's from the dogs?
Yeah. We just went through the academy and stuff, I guess. So.
Okay, sure. So from the dogs, you mean just the organization of the dogs, or like the faithful in general, or the congregation?
I guess my brothers that are...
Yeah, the brothers are probably a better one, yeah. Brothers or sisters, I guess. Which in this game is basically anybody that's of the faith, right? Okay, cool. That's what's at stake. If you accomplish that as a new trait. If you fail, well, you get something negative out of that. And you cross the bear, exactly. Don't choose anything that'll break your character, like, I hope my character survives initiation. Or I hope my character doesn't get sent home in disgrace.
That's the guy that wants to go home early, I guess. Yeah. I'm not feeling this game.
Yeah, it's not a game for me, guys. Yeah. Now we take sides. This calls for a little bit of judgment, examination and judgment, so bear with me. If your accomplishment for your character is straightforward, that's cool and easy. You take your character's part, and I take the part of your character's opposition. I hope my character won distinction in the eyes of the teacher, for instance, is a good one. Would you say this is straightforward?
Yeah.
All right. On the other hand, if it's a tricky thing, then your character, he or she, like, I hope I overcame my fear of blood, for instance, would be a difficult one.
I would think what he came up with was tricky.
Was more of a tricky thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're hiding your composure.
Sure. So, if on the other hand, your accomplishment of your character is growth, learning, or changing habits, then we play the game with a little trick. You take the part of your character, he or she, and I take the player of whatever forces or pressures your character is facing to change. So, we set the stage. Between us, we figure out a pivotal moment to regard your accomplishment with your character. We'll say who's there, what's going on. I hope my character exorcises a demon. We will create someone that's a possessed person, put her in a locked room, and have your character led there and put inside, practice exorcism inside the door, etc. Then we launch a conflict. So, give me at what point in your life, before initiation, before you became a dog, did it all come down to this? This was the moment that that you almost got caught, or something like that. Or this is the moment that you feared most, and you got to clear it up. Maybe your family members were involved. Maybe something happened, or somebody found out something, and you go around. Or maybe it's a self-struggle.
Well, after I returned back to my family, there was a large feast because I returned. And I was presented at the head of the table next to my father. And he was carving a very large turkey, we'll say. And of course, to carve the large turkey, he had to carve with this gigantic knife. And since I'm terrified of knives, that I basically broke down in front of everyone. And although my family members, although some of them knew the situation, there were other people amongst the ceremony that weren't in the loop of what is going on.
Sure. So who would be something that you're opposed to right now? You versus what?
Me versus my shame, trying to hide the shame.
So it's
from the foreigners to my family, I guess.
Okay, so it's going to be. So I'm resolving a conflict right now. So
yeah.
If it's not a conflict with an individual, so it's going to be a conflict with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to take the forces of pressure for your character to change. So, your character is not really changing, though. Your character is trying to hide the fact that he's. So, at what point was there like a secret about the breakout that you had to stop? Maybe somebody was there that you didn't want to be there, or.
Well, the person who had done the castration in the first place is a family friend.
And he's at the table.
And he is at the other end of the table.
He's at the table.
This got juicy.
All right, this got juicy. Okay, cool. So he's sitting at the other side of the table, and he's about to toast and say a few words of his own in front of the entire congregation.
And of course, he's a respected dog.
Okay, what I'm going to get you to do sounds like what's the first thing that you would do in this situation? You see him smirk at you as he stands up. You know that he's going to say something insulting, or it could be letting out your secret. What sort of actions would you take initially? Would you be talking? Would you be physical nonviolent? Would you be violent? Okay, let's do it right now. Okay. So everybody's sitting around the table and having a feast. And everybody's enjoying some num-nums and some big turkey stuff. You got the cold sweats because you see your dad with the big knife coming down, and you're kind of like edging a little bit. And then suddenly, ding ding, you hear off the glass. Probably not glass, I don't know. Well, yeah.
Tapping of the cup.
The cups, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the room goes silent. And you see the previous dog that, doesn't like you very much. Right? You did run from him. He had to go run and catch you. He stands up with a smirk on his face. Well, my fellow brothers, it's a wonderful day today. And who else better to be... and this is probably like your initiation. Like, this is like the toast for you to become whatever, right? And these fine young lads and ladies, of course, who have been given the chance to become fellow members, dogs like us. Well, I reckon not everybody knows the story of Joseph. Let me tell you. About it?
Yeah, well, I'm the big violent person. So,
yeah.
So
you see him
I quickly get up from the table.
Yeah.
Fists banging on the table.
Alright. That's perfect. Now's the conflict. We're going to set a stake. The stake is, we already said it, I hope that I manage to hide my shame from my brothers and sisters. That's what's at stake. I'm going to roll these dice. And that's fight against. So I'm going to put these aside. Now, what I want you to do is, since you're being physical nonviolent, you're not really talking so much. Mm-hmm. You're actually using your... Why are you talking? Would you consider that still talking? Probably, hey?
I guess so.
Alright.
He has few words.
Yeah,
But
this game does escalate, so you do get to roll in other stuff as it escalates.
Yeah.
So why don't you roll your acuity and heart for your stats?
Heart?
Your acuity and heart. Okay, and just put them aside. Like, line them up. No. Highs go with highs, lows go with lows. That's fine. Type of dice doesn't matter. Just put the numbers on it. All right. Now, I'm going to let you initiate. That means I'm going to let you see. Okay? And by that, it means that you are taking initiative into this conflict. So what I'm going to get you to do is to put 2 dice forward. And those are the dice that you have to see with. Sorry, that's the dice you have to raise with. I'm sorry. Raise with.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you raise. And then what you do is you put dice forward, and then you explain why, like, what you're doing. At this moment, you're able to also implement traits, relationships. Do you have a relationship with this guy?
No, he's not listed as one of my relationships.
Then don't worry about it.
Okay.
Is this regarding one of your relationships? What's it regarding?
The cousin.
This is regarding the cousin, so we know about the cousin?
Well, he was the one who ran me down for it.
Okay, then roll your cousin's relationship dice.
Okay.
Yep, 2 more dice.
It's 1. Well, that went down the toilet.
Yeah. So, in the next narration, you can add 1 or 2 or 3 traits or belongings, whatever you want, to your role, but you have to narrate, bringing them into it, and using them, even if you don't use those dice. So you can just use the dice you have right now and worry about those later, because it goes on for a while.
Well, I'll leave it for now.
Okay, so go ahead and put 2 dice forward, whatever you want, and as long as it's over a 9. And the reason why I say that is because if you put up something less than a 9, I can do a thing called a reversal, which I'll explain. Sure. And I'll explain reversals when you start getting numbers. I don't want to do reversals to you because that would be kind of an ass dick move to do when nobody knows the conflict system. So, you put 10 forward. So now, narrate what your character does. Using his acuity and body. Acuity, heart, and relationship. So you don't have to bring up the relationship in general, but you know that your character's infuriated because of it.
My character is not very acute,
No.
nor does he have much heart.
Right.
He's mostly physical.
Right.
So at this point,
It's big and aggressive.
he's big and aggressive, so he's stuttering over words,
Yep.
trying to think of ways to make threats, but coming up with none.
Sure, what is he saying?
He's saying things such as,
Now, everybody in the room, nobody knows what's going on. Or you just stare at him. You just pound your hands at him and look at him like...
yeah, because he's not verbal.
Okay.
He
Oh, so
very
you're trying to
rarely
think
uses
of-
words.
So you're trying to think of something to say, but instead you just end up giving him an intimidating stare.
Yes,
Yeah.
the hands are
It's all
on the
body.
table, shaking.
Sure, okay.
Kind of
Stare.
quivering, like it's obvious you want to speak.
Yeah, for
Sure. And you got a 10?
Yeah.
Now, here's the choices that I have. I can reversal, I can block, or I can take the blow. If I can beat your 2 dice with one of my dice, I get a reversal. What that means is that I could reuse that dice when I raise you.
Okay.
On a block, I use 2 dice, but those dice go away after a block. And on a take the blow for 3 dice or more, every dice is a dice that will go as fallout. That's how you die. That's how D4s are bad, because if you have a whole bunch of dice, if you have like 6 dice, then that's 4 dice of fallout. Right? That could roll nasty.
Oh, boy.
Right? Now at the moment, fallout's only a D4, so it's not as bad. So, I'm going to see that. I don't... I'm going to take the blow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 dice. He stops. So he gives him a stare, and he stops. And he looks at you. Kind of stirred up a little bit. It's kind of shaken, right? And he changes the topic a little bit. Says, but we're not all perfect. And that's where we all come from. We come from unbalances and made whole. And that's what the God of life has done. imbalances like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna raise you 12. Like probably trying to sleep their cousin or something of the sorts. So I got a 12 on them. What do you do?
I can't do much.
All right, so now those dice are gone, so those 10 are gone, right? Look at your traits, see what traits are relevant, or what belongings are relevant. You can even escalate to physical nonviolence, or violence, or just take out your gun and shoot him.
My finger slipped.
Such as sleeping with their cousins.
Nothing suspicious about that.
So any of those traits, and you can only use the trait once and a belonging once and whatever, right? But
So I quickly begin to speak of my father and
Okay.
my bloodlines.
all right. So what you do is you tell me.
Counter. Oh,
Yep,
so I just tell you what
you tell me what you're using, and then when you go to see or raise,
Yeah.
then you put the numbers forward, and then you narrate what you do.
Okay.
So
So I'm going to use direct descendant.
direct descendant. Okay, so you get those dice added to your pool.
D10s? Those are D10s.
The D10s are those things. Yeah. Yeah. And you can add up to if you can add up to 2 without question. The third one comes out of you have to kind of tell me why, because when you start adding 3 traits,
So I got a 9, so I still
Yeah.
came up short.
that's fine. You keep those in your pool.
Okay.
So this goes in your pool. And is there any other traits or belongings you want to add that you can narrate in that's relevant?
So how often can I use a trait?
You can only use the trait once.
What about belongings?
Belongings only once
Oh, Lord.
Per conflict, you mean?
per conflict.
Per conflict. So you'll get it
Yeah.
back after.
Oh, yeah. Like if you talk to somebody and the subject changes altogether, you can actually, and the stake becomes unresolved, or let's say the stake changes. Like for instance, you lose the stake, you can have a conflict with the same person immediately afterwards with a different stake, and then have all your dice back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the person who loses the stake will lose the stake for that.
Right.
Whatever. the
So
stake
pretty
is.
much use everything you can
Yeah.
all the time you can.
Except for
Within that.
exactly. It's exactly right, and that's what the game is all about. Actually, it's about starting off talking to somebody and then punch them in the face and make them shut up, or shoot them dead if they talk better than you. But in an emotional way, right? You can also give up if it just seems like it's
Yeah, I'm going to put my hand on the hilt of my gun as well.
Oh, so that you put your gun into it.
Okay. So
Yep.
This is,
Yeah, all you gotta do is just basically have it be able to narrate it in.
Yeah.
Touching your gun is just as good as shooting your gun.
Yeah. So they're both significant.
Yeah, and you D4 with that too.
I mean, obviously, touching
Yep.
your gun.
D4 is always going to be with the gun. It's always a D4 with the gun.
How do I...
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, the
That's
triangles.
it
Yep. It's always a D4 with the gun.
The number that's on top.
Yeah.
Yep. You got a D8 and a D10. Why do you have that?
Oh,
Wait. Oh, this is a D8 here. Here's another D10 right here.
they're supposed to be D8s.
Oh, D8s.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a D10 there. That was a 7, I think. And then here's a D8 here.
So
There you go. Okay. Well, you can still now. Don't forget, you can see up from 1 dice, 2 dice, or more than 2 dice. You just got to take the blow. So you have to bring up those 2 things: touching your gun, talking about your dad, or talking about your descendants, and you're trying to beat 12.
All right. So my,
You got to see 12, or you lose the conflict.
okay. So I just put in the dice.
Yep. You got to see 12, or you lose the conflict.
Okay.
You can do it with as many dice you want. More dice you put in, the more. Holy shit! So that's 12. You only have to beat 12. You only have to get 12.
Okay. So just get over 12. And then,
Yeah, because you got to raise after this.
Oh, I got to go again.
Yeah, this
Okay.
keeps going until all the dice go out,
Okay. So,
or somebody gives up. And usually, people can give up due to narration. Like if something narratively makes sense to stop,
so can I just go to 12?
get 12. That's all you need. You just need to match 12.
What is 12?
Okay, with 2 dice, perfect. My dice go away. Yours dice go away, and you have to narrate what you do. Bring up your descendants and the gun. That's all you have to do.
My father's sitting here right next to me. He's a long. We all know what line that is.
Oh, you're bringing it up? Like, are you saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone needs anything thrown around here today.
I reckon you best shut up, basically, right?
Put my hand on my gun. I don't think a man of my stature and size needs to put their hand on any weapon. But insults are insults, and the family name cannot take.
Ooh. Now's your time to raise. You can add any traits, any belonging. You can even escalate to violence, non-physical. But you're raising now. It's your time to react to me. That does actually sound like you were kind of almost doing it there.
Yeah.
By saying those things there.
Set up.
Alright, so I've already drew my gun.
Yeah. So, well, you get your hand on it, so
Got my hand
you
on
don't use the gun anymore. So what else are you gonna do?
So that's-
you can always say your gun's still there. Your gun's not gone.
Yeah.
It's just you already have the dice for your gun.
I've already used the dice.
It's already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, just shooting is just as
So I
good
can,
now. as
I can
anything.
say at some point I'm shooting, but
Yeah,
I've already
absolutely.
had the dice roll. Okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, so I'll do my Book of Life.
Sure.
So
Nice.
Okay, you're gonna roll the book of
no,
D10s.
those are 10s.
Your D8s again.
This is 8s here, right?
Yeah. 2 D8s. So it's a big,
2d8s.
big and excellent book of life.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll have to drop them. Oh, I didn't get much out of that.
Okay. Anything else?
Not a lot else that I think I can work into the conversation, really.
Well, none at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So go ahead and bring up the book of life as you raise, and raise me with whatever you want. The bigger number means that you're going to get rid of my higher dice. I've only got 3 dice left, so there's a good chance this is going to end real soon.
So I will put in. I'm just going to go all in.
You only put 2 dice in.
Oh, is that all I can do?
Yeah.
Okay.
For raising. For seeing, you can put many more dice in, but that's taking the block.
Okay. Well, I'll put in 12.
12? And what do you say? And how do you use the book of life? You guys want to drink or anything?
Copy would be wonderful.
Okay.
I open the Book of Life and begin reading scripture from it.
So you basically go. So the book of life, you have like a bookcase next to you or something, and you're like.
I think like you have like a
A
pouch.
holster for your book?
I think you have a pouch that hooks onto your belt loop. So you put your belt on in the morning, you put your belt through 2 little loops on the pouch, and it's just made to hold your book.
Yes. And I am a massive man. So
Yeah, yeah.
carrying around a book on my hip.
No.
Yeah, your
And
hands
he's gone
probably
another
are
hip
huge.
is very
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So he whips it out and he begins reading from.
This is my Bible. I got a hand on each.
And
So if you
Book of
want
Life-
to cross me, boy,
Book of life in one hand, or a death in one hand, life in one hand.
I got life and death, brother. If you want to face me.
You have 2 choices:
But anyway, sorry.
life or death.
And instead of reading directly from the book, I read from passages written by my descendants
Ancestors.
as to show him off.
I thought you said
Yeah.
And it's a speech on retribution and what happens to those that stray from the true meaning of our faith, and about being able to repent.
In the same thing, you're also kind of threatening him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
in the same voice, you're like, the Bible says I can do what I want. Keep that in mind, right?
Yeah, it says that after any man has repented his sins, he has a clean slate, and no man should speak ill against him again for those sins. Because now I have a clean slate
Yeah.
with.
Everybody claps, and it completely shuts him up. He's embarrassed and he sits down, and you win the conflict.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
So basically, he's just like. Tilts his head over his face, his hat, like his
Put
cowboy
in his
hat.
place.
Yeah. Now we're gonna run over to. Shit, I didn't write all this stuff down. Well, whatever. So, well, now, win or lose, you get a 1d6 trait. If you win the conflict, the trait should match the side. Should match your side. If you lose, it should match my side. I hope my character won distinction. For instance, if you win, I won distinction 1d6. I held my secret 1d6, or I kept the secret.
Nice.
So when he
So that's another trait. So now anytime he
has
has
to defend
keep
his
secrets.
he
keeping
gets a
secret, yeah.
D6 for it.
If he can keep secrets, now he gets a d6. All you gotta do is keep secrets. I have kept a secret.
I like it.
Yeah, I have kept a secret or whatever.
cool. That's what I got left out.
Perfect. And that's it. right. I almost called it Clark.
Yeah, that's the
Dungeon
suffering
World
cleric.
one. Yeah, it's because in Dungeon World you have to refer people by their name, like their character name. So I kept calling him Clark all the time. So now it's kind of. So what's the character's name?
Macias.
Oh, perhaps.
Yes, I knew that something like that would come up. All right. And what are your stakes? What are you hoping to accomplish? I hope to, or hope not to, or.
I hope my faith remains unshaken.
Okay. Is that a good one?
What?
Is that one that grips you? Is that one that makes you feel like, yeah, that's what I want?
Yes and no.
Okay, well, pick one that grips you. Don't pick one that you're just picking out for the sake of picking. Something about your background, something about your character, something.
I do want it to be about the character.
Sure. You said your character's
I've seen
passive, right?
yeah, very passive, but
Right.
I've been seeing lately a lot of violence initiated
Right.
by other
Well, I hope to
people.
resolve a conflict without violence.
Okay. I hope to resolve conflict without violence. I like that, yeah.
Good, Macias. Yes, he's more peaceful than a lily in a pound. I love that song at all.
Well, more than welcome to use in this game.
Yeah.
This is a Western, so. Okay. I hope to I hope to solve a situation without violence. Or I guess an escalated situation. So, we're going to set the stage and. Well, it's pretty straightforward, right? So let's set the stage. What happened what happened? What was the pinnacle moment of you having to resolve an issue without violence?
Hoping to do it without
Or
violence.
hoping to. Your relationships? Or make something up?
Maybe you were...
Maybe we're...
Someone, I like the idea of having the mountain folk involved with it.
Okay.
Perhaps because the garments somebody's wearing, they get accused of being a savage mountain folk.
Would
work.
What do you mean?
As in, like,
So basically a sinner and so basically a faithful and an accused sinner
Yes.
are arguing outside
yes.
of Bridal Falls. And it looks like it's about to resort to violence. And you've come to step in between.
Yeah.
What's the name of the person that's resorting to violence?
That would be my best friend, Magnus.
Magnus?
Yep.
And who's the person that he's bullying?
I do not have a name for him.
Okay, well, put a name on him.
Oh, actually, I will make it a her. I will make it Mercury, the missus that's stalking me.
So they're both part of your thing.
Your ring stopped. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
by Mercury.
I'm being stalked by mountain folk.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna roll the dice. One thing about this game, fiddling with dice fucks with your rolls. Okay. And, God, I got a she roll.
That's good. I mean, that's bad.
Well, it's good for you, bad for me.
Excellent.
So you only get a limited amount of dice.
Yeah.
For these conflicts, but in normal conflicts, they have traits and stuff just like you guys.
Yeah.
Except for I make them up on the fly.
Right,
It's
right.
different.
Yeah.
But I have a set amount of stuff I can use. So this is about... Okay, well, this is about Mercury, or what is it about? What's going on? Like, what are they arguing about? How do they know each other and all this shit?
Magnus has seen Mercury follow me around a lot.
Yeah.
And he just gets tired of seeing her everywhere where...
Yeah, you should leave McKay's alone.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
He's not your type.
And he's about to say, and she's like giving him hassle, like it's like, why don't you mind your own business, or what she's saying in response. That's making him resort to violence, or about to resort to violence.
This has nothing to do with you. Mind your own business.
Okay,
Go back to your praying. Or
sure. Okay, I got an idea now. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to get yourself involved in the conflict. So they're arguing right now, just arguing. And you see that your friend is losing patience. Magnus is sort of getting blood boiling
Okay. I step in and walk over to both of them, and I actually do just physically get between them and just hold my hands up.
All right.
I don't physically touch them.
Perfect. That's physical nonviolence. Let's start with that. Physical nonviolence is body and acuity, is it? Or body? Let's just see your thing.
Physical non-violence is body and heart.
Body and heart. Perfect, guys.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, body and heart.
Non-physical, physical fighting and gunfighting. So it's
Body
physical
and
non-violence,
heart? Yep.
Non-physical non-violence.
And as well, you can add relationship dice. This is with your friend, right? This is with your friend. Okay, your holy shit, dice. I need enough dice.
Alright, and I get to add what?
Well, is your relationship, right?
Yep.
So you have a relationship with...
Magnus and with Mercury.
Right, but this is going to be with Magnus and Mercury, alright?
So I get dice for both?
Yep. You roll them all together. Application D4, right? Oh, no. There's no D4s?
No.
Okay, cool. Roll them all up. What's your dice?
That's cool.
Your starting dice. That's without him adding any traits yet.
Yeah.
And just separate them. Don't.
And that does not look that great.
5, 4, and the rest are below 3.
Yep.
Jesus fucking
There you
Christ.
go. 2 3s. 3 3s. 4 3s.
Well, I don't have much better, trust me.
Yeah. At least he's got variety.
Yeah.
In this sense. 4 2s.
Okay, so I'm going to let you raise. So now you can still add in a trait if you wish, a belonging, but you can't add any relationships. But you take 2 dice and you raise with it, and then you narrate. If you bring in any traits or belongings, you have to narrate how those work in the
My headband, because of the way it looks, that's the reason she kind of stalks me. Because she thinks I may have some ties with others like her.
Okay.
And that gets her interest of me. So
Sure.
she'll-
Just tell me which traits you're using, or which belongings you're using, and if neither, put 2 dice together, raise, and then narrate what you do.
my headband will be the only thing I can think of.
Headband? Sure, okay. So get your headband dice and add those. Is there anything else that you think you can add right now in this current conflict? If not, don't worry about it. You get the more chances to add once you get to see or raise.
Yeah, that's all I can see currently.
Sure. Cool. And just describe the head, put the headband in the narration. Go ahead. So now you're pushing them and shoving.
I'm using non-violence.
Yep. Just tell me.
Walking between them.
Yep.
I look to her. This isn't the way you should be behaving to others. You should give respect to others, just as you yourself deserve respect.
So you're saying this to her?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
And
Because he's the one that approached her. He's like, bitch, stop following him. And he's like, hey, bitch, you need to show respect. That's awesome.
Fall in line with
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay.
I turn to Magnus.
Yeah. Did you raise the dice yet?
No.
Before you do narration, you gotta raise your dice.
14?
You gotta 2 dice.
2 dice?
Yeah.
10.
I guess you didn't see what was happening last game. 10? Sure. Okay. We got 10. Perfect. That's what I need to know.
I've seen it, I just didn't quite understand.
Cool. No problem.
So 10.
Yep. So you said to her, basically, you should be respecting those that are your betters. And then you look at him and say,
Our teachings show us patience towards others that are not of our faith.
yep.
We should be encouraging them to partake in our faith rather than pushing them away.
Sure. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna see with 4 dice. So I'm gonna take the blow. Okay. And he's gonna say, oh wait, you didn't put your headband into it. But I'm assuming that you're just showing the headband, and she takes a little bit of an insult to it, or something, right? Well, he pushes you back, and he's he takes the blow. So like for instance, he feels bad. Like he's like, yes, maybe you might have a point there. And he kind of feels bad. Kind of steps back, right? Like almost like you betrayed him, but being betrayed by his friend. And then he steps up, say, giving you a shove back. Who made you? Who made you the keeper of words? What about listening to you? You're not even a dog. He pushes you back in his anger. For 10.
Okay.
So you throw those dice away.
So they're gone out of it all together.
Yeah, and the woman just kind of screams a little bit. That's your conflict's getting heated.
So, do I use another stat at this point?
So what we're doing now, you're trying to see my 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you want to get more dice, you either add another trait that you haven't used yet, or another belonging that you haven't used yet.
I can take a hit. He just shoved me, didn't he?
Yeah.
I can take a hit.
I can take a hit, okay. Well, he didn't really hit you, but...
Well, I think it's something where he's like saying to him, I can take a hit.
Yeah, as in but narrate how it works. So basically you put your face up like you'll just take the hit if he goes to punch. So right, roll your dice. Making him feel bad. Oh wow.
Did you do it again? A 1 and a... Jesus, man.
Wow.
Last time a 1 and 8.
Are you going to add any more traits or belongings?
Well, I already got the one for my headband roll. Can I use that?
Nope. You can use it.
Use the dice.
The dice are always there. You only got to narrate when you use it. So when you add it to the roll, when you add the roll to whatever you're seeing or raising, you add whatever you're rolling to the narration. But the previous stuff is still there. It's just you don't have to narrate it.
Like the physical dice don't matter. Like you can use this.
These are just dice that you can use as much as you want.
Yeah.
That's your tool that you use.
So I can use the trait.
Absolutely. You can use, that dice is entirely... It's like a hand of poker. It's just stuff you can use.
So, you have a 6 and a 4 there. He needs to match a 10?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you take a 6 and a 4, that'll be the least waste, and you can...
Right. So go ahead and narrate using I can take a hit as part of the narration.
After he shows me, I move forward.
Open up your arms, be like, take a hit.
Yep.
Like, hit me, I'll take the abuse.
Yep, I'll take the abuse over her.
Yep. Say anything to add? Oh no, you know what? That's perfect. You should probably. It's your turn to raise now. So that's perfect for a block. Basically, he pushes you, and you're just like push away, right?
And my restricted still restricted just 2 dice.
Yep. Yep. So you get rid of those 2 dice, and now you raise. You raise me, so I get rid of my 2 dice. You can add any trait or belonging, or just use the dice you currently have.
I'll raise 6.
Okay.
You can
your
talk
friendship.
about how violence isn't the way to the path.
Now,
to...
you always have the choice of getting violent, and if you do, you get to add in your... what is it? Physical violence?
Oh, physical violence
Body
is body and will.
You get to add in your will.
Behavior is unacceptable.
Fighting is body and will. Oh.
If you
Right
truly
now
wish
you're
to
a body
fight,
and heart.
I will stop you.
Physical.
It's physical non-fighting.
Well, I'm going to say, because I only have 2 dice left, so even if I see it, I can't raise. So I'm just going to lose the conflict. And he's going to say, man, it just ain't worth it. And he just throws his hands down and just walks away, right? And she has more of a respect for you. Right? The person you stalked, but she disappears when you turn around to look.
Rest your stalkers. It's good news.
All right.
She don't like you even more.
And she just happened to run away when I looked back.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to need you to do is your conflict was, I hope to resolve this escalated situation without violence. You succeeded, right? So go ahead and make a new trait out of it. 1d6 trait. Gandhi complex. or sacrificial. Because you think sort of like open yourself up to like, I'll take the beatings for someone else.
Defender of women.
Defender of women, sure.
There you go.
Defender of women, 1d6. Defender of women, 1d6.
Official lamb.
Defender X.
Excellent.
Defender XX.
XX is for women.
Yeah. And if the defense of another kind, we can become Defender XXX.
All right, now we're going on to
for the booty.
Jackson.
Defender mix.
Jackson. Oh my god, I wrote down Jason.
My name's Jackson.
Jackson. All right, awesome, Jackson. What sort of things are you trying to prove here? Let's see. What is at stake? What is something you hope to accomplish?
Well, this fella Jebediah, he made me look like a bit of a woman in front of all my folk. So I hope to assert my manhood in the trials of doghood and maybe overcome my rivalry with Jebediah.
Nice. And so I will I will beat Jebediah at something, or is it? Or I will show him I'm more man than him.
Yeah, I will assert my masculinity.
Okay. I hope to be more manly than I hope.
I'm also a bit of an entertainer, so that's not seen as very manly. So
Or
I'm hoping to try and...
manly than Jebediah. That's funny. Cool. I hope to be more manly than Jebediah.
Yeah.
Alright, so, very straightforward. So you got a scene in mind? You guys just outside and on the Bridal Falls or on the ranch maybe?
Yeah, part of the trial was collecting large...
Is he also like training to be a dog or something? Oh,
No, but he does aim to plague my existence.
not. Oh.
So I've been given this task to go out and collect these long, heavy timbers for a barn raising. I have to do it alone. But Jebediah is out in the woods and he meets me. Otherwise, conflict with what it is I'm trying to do.
And what is he trying to do?
Basically, he's trying to collect all the logs for himself, so that
He's trying to steal your
if
work.
he takes my logs and brings them back, then he shows me up. And,
So he's trying
I bring less back. It makes
This is
me
like a
weak.
whole Ash and Gary conflict
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
So meanwhile, Gary, or whatever his name is kind of sinning by trying to use what is
Pride.
I was thinking more like the charity of the poor for social.
Oh
gain.
yeah. The one where he's trying to
Out humble.
out humble. Yeah, that's pride. That can lead to injustice. Injustice leads to sin. And sin leads to false doctrine. False doctrine leads to corrupt worship. Corrupt worship leads to false priesthoods. False priesthoods leads to murder and hate. Sorcery. Sorry. Yeah,
Sorcery leads to hate,
murder and hate. Holy shit! Did I roll good?
Oh no, Jebediah! This ain't looking so good.
All right, so
Destroy him.
well, let's start the scene. So he starts. So you're there collecting your wood and stuff, and you see that he's got a little cart behind him, and he's wheeling. He's already got it half filled. Boy, that's a nice fine pile of wood you got there. What was your name? Jackson. I reckon I'll be taking that off your hands. I'm sure you won't mind. I mean, I know you wouldn't want to lift it all back. I mean, I still got room in my cart. I don't need to worry. I wouldn't want your dainty arms to be hurt.
Alright, so I gotta...
Like, how are you going to conflict with him?
Okay,
Talk to him? You're going to physical non-violent? Like, you just basically tell me what you're going to do. How's your response?
Well, I reckon I can haul back this wood full cart quicker than you could.
Oh, yeah? Is that so? Alright. First one to wherever ranch you're from, whatever. Alright. Gets the other person's load.
I reckon that's a fine idea, Jebediah.
Well, I see you still got some wood in your arms there. Well, shouldn't we keep you waiting? And he turns and runs off while you're still like in the middle of collecting wood.
Okay.
So that sounds like you're doing physical non-violent stuff. So go ahead and roll up your physical nonviolence.
Body and hair.
Oh god, this is gonna resort to shooting. I can tell.
God.
It's gonna go like. I reckon you can't get back to the village with a gun hole in your leg.
Oh, this could get dirty out in the woods.
See, I was thinking, I reckon your cat can function without all its wheels. I wonder what a gun does to wheel.
Okay. So just body and heart, no traits or anything yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's when you go to raise.
Oh, those are 3 5s and those are 3 4s.
Yeah, nice.
And a deuce. All right. So,
So now you can start adding dice. Actually, do you have a relationship with him?
no, I don't have
don't?
a relationship with this. Is
Do you have a relationship with what's at stake? Probably not. It's just collecting wood to bring it back.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. But you do have a relationship though, because who is he trying to make you look bad in front of?
In front of the town, but most importantly, I'm concerned with how I will look in front of the rest of my family.
Then probably add your relationship dice to it for your family. Okay.
Alright.
So, and now you can start adding dice from your traits or belongings. But he's already booting it. He's like got his cart half filled. He's already on. Holler back over.
All right.
So it's all or nothing. Unless you just cheat or something.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Lie.
gonna throw in also my slingshot
Sure.
throw.
Okay. Oh god. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that a 1?
Yep.
Alright.
All right.
Alright. Anything else you want to add, or is that good?
That's good for now.
Alright, go ahead.
All right. So Jebediah's.
So, you get raised first.
Right. Let's go with 11.
5 and 6 might be a better raise to keep your 7 if you want to raise hard or defend hard.
That's true. More maneuverability.
Exactly. Because you have a lot of 5s and a lot of 4s.
Yeah. All right. So Jebediah's. He's already taken off. Now his cart's only half full, but he's trying to get ahead of me, I guess. And my arm's full of wood. My cart's even less full than his is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You said you use your slingshot.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, he's already taken off. I'm gonna escalate this to the violence. I'm gonna try and
You're gonna-
use one. And
Alright.
hit him in the noggin.
If you're escalating the violence, go ahead and roll your.
I've already rolled non-violence.
Yeah, you already rolled non-violence, but it's okay. We'll just keep those. How many dice do you have for your violence? With violence.
With violence, I think I'd lose 1.
So we'll lose 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I should have found out what you were going to do. It doesn't matter. You know what?
Maybe one of the higher d6s.
Yeah. Sure. Doesn't matter. So anyways, yep, go ahead. So you're just escalating right to violence, because you're shooting at him, not the cart.
Not the cart, no.
Okay.
I got a little like stone in my slingshot.
Yeah. So you're like, you say anything to him while it's happening, or you're just fucking...
Hey, Jebediah, catch this!
Jebediah, look out! Alright, you hit me for what?
11.
11. Oh man, you're an asshole. 11.
Lots at stake with this slingshot coming out.
Yeah.
He's showed me up once with it already. The vengeance going into this.
Alright, fine. Leave to it with a 12. And the thing is flung out, and he looks behind and sees it. Oh fuck! or
Oh lord!
or they oh god, oh holy balls, or whatever, right? And he kind of ducks, and the shot goes out into the woods, and it's just like, are you crazy? And with that, he's furious. So those dice go away, and he just takes the log from the back of the cart and starts approaching you, and he's like, I reckon your parents should have done this long time ago. And he just takes a swing with the log that he has, and he's like gonna beat you with it for 10.
10. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna retaliate. He's swinging at me with.
Yep. So you got a C to it now.
Right.
C to a 10. So now you can roll up new traits, belongings.
All right. I'm gonna work my cart into the situation.
Okay. Let's shake. Okay.
So I'll call you. I have to pitch 2, right?
Or more.
2 or more. All right.
Yeah. Anytime you do or more, you're taking the blow. You have to narrate how you take the blow.
Okay. But it has to meet whatever.
Yeah. Well, you can be any dice, but you have to be 2 or more.
All right.
So you're taking the blow.
Taking the blow.
So how did you take the blow? Keep in mind that's a D8 fallout.
Okay. Taking the blow, I jump up onto my cart to like get out of the way, but he managed to still swing it and compensate for my jump and still clip me in the legs, and I fall back onto the cart.
Okay.
Screaming in agony because he's got a pretty big timber in his hand.
Ouch. All right. So keep those dice to the side now. That's the fallout dice.
Okay.
Okay. And how do you raise? Because he's laughing at you now.
All right. I'm gonna raise with. I reach into so I'm laid back on the seat part of my car. I haul down, grab one of the timbers that's in there, and go clonk him on the head with it.
So you're just retaliating right back.
Right back at him.
All right.
Jebediah,
With a 9?
Yeah, with a 9.
See anything?
Jebediah, this is the last time we're going to do this.
Wow.
Going for it.
Well, I'm going to do a reversal.
Okay.
I have a 9.
Nice.
So with 1 dice, I can beat your dice.
Okay.
That means I got a reversal.
Nice.
He's going to laugh because you're kind of you still. What's your body?
My body's 3.
Yeah. So you're lifting up something a little too big for you. You're like, it's the last time we're gonna do this, Jim. And you just miss him completely, right? And he just laughs at you. He says, "I reckon you're right." And with that 9, I now get to reuse it to raise.
Oh.
Boom! 14. And he's going to go for the kill. He's done with you.
Okay.
And he's just oh, fuck it. You know what? Takes out his gun.
Whoa. Stepping it up.
Yeah. And he aims his gun at your head and blam!
Holy. Okay. So my 9 is gone. You blocked. Or
Yeah.
you reversaled that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the gun is out, so it's gunfighting. So,
Now you can add in your gunfighting if you wish.
Yeah. I'll add my little
Yeah, and you get to add in your QD and was it will?
Yeah.
So you get to add whichever one you haven't rolled yet.
Rolled in body and heart, right?
No, it was physical violence.
Right. Will, so 4 more dice because we already rolled it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you get to add in your gun if you wish, or whatever traits that you want to add.
Yeah, I'll throw my gun in.
Sure.
2d4.
The crappy old gun.
Crappy old gun.
So now you got to narrate gun shooting and that when you see.
Go up against your 14.
14. Yep. 2 or more.
2 or more.
And don't forget, these are D10s you'll be taking fallout.
Yeah. This is going to be quite the fallout.
Yeah.
Fall from grace.
Oh, this is where you could die at this point.
Oh, yes.
Actually, your character could die during character creation.
Yeah. That's cool. Makes me like the game a lot more. If you could die during character creation. Makes it more tense.
seems like this is the best you can do. Because you want to get only 3 dice, right?
14.
14.
No.
All right.
So that's your 14.
All right, take the blow. Where does he shoot you?
Where does he shoot me? So I'm lying back. I'm kind of slanted towards him for. So if you're going to get a headshot, you'd have to get it up through the neck.
Yeah.
He goes for it, but he ends up clipping me in the kneecap. And it goes up through the kneecap.
Oh.
On the other side, so he gets me on my left. I pull out on my right.
Yeah.
And I go to shoot him.
So that's what you're. So that was you blow. That was your taking the blow.
Yeah.
And now you're going to raise me.
So those dice are.
So you basically roll. You take out your gun. And that was your. Did so now what's the?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now.
So that stays a separate pile now because that's D10.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And now you get to react. So you get that. You got to raise me while using traits and belongings. Wait, what is this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or
I got in pretty deep.
You don't say!
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, my book of life.
Your book of life. You're breaking out the book.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be good.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
I think that's all I'm
Okay,
gonna do
cool.
for now.
All right, so go ahead and sit there, raise.
8.
Okay.
All right, so goes to grab for his gun, but in front of him, he gets the book out.
Yep.
It's like, Jebediah, the Book of Life has shown us not to fight. But I don't know about that. And he shoots at him through the book.
Snap! Alright. I'm gonna say you kill him.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
What a dark beginning. Jackson.
I come from a healthy community.
And there's a hole in your
This book came from when I killed a man. I came from a good family.
Oh, man.
boom! There's like a big hole in the center, so every time you read your Bible, you're like, just look at 2 pages, a hole in the center of it.
This is my shame.
Oh, man.
Awesome. Alright,
You
well.
just jumped right to hate and murder.
After this, I'll have to knock my Book of Life down to a D4. It's D6.
That's not a crap book, though.
It's got a hole through it.
I don't know if I can recite everything I'm
And
going to
then
need
from the
to.
Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, I don't know.
Serve it up on a
The
plate.
Book of Life, yeah.
All right, Book of Life. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Alright, I hope to be more manly than Jebediah.
Yeah, that's what
I'm so manly, I shot someone
Well,
for winging a slingshot.
You got a 1d6 trait. Put it down. Keep those dice separate for now.
Yeah.
And I'll go follow it afterwards.
Yeah.
I murdered a bitch.
So, what sort of trait do you want to add? My book got a hole in it. Or I killed a man. Or I killed. Or
Spiteful.
spiteful. Or you can say things like, was he surprised that he killed him afterwards? Like, is he shocked?
Yeah. He'd never done anything so, like, violent before.
Yeah.
But it came with, like, a strange...
Well, that was self-defense.
Yeah, it was self-defense, but, like, he didn't feel totally bad about it.
So,
He felt somewhat
yeah.
Oh.
I killed my rival. Or I don't know, unspiteful, or whatever you think fits that for 1d6. And it's Charles.
Yeah, I'll
and
just
we're
put I
done.
killed my rival, and that'll work in itself.
I killed my rival, 1d6. Wow. Let me tell you a
I
story.
guess I don't need to set up a relationship.
There was
with
these
them.
2 kids, and they were out in the woods. One of them thought they were better than the other. Got a slingshot in the head. The other guy turned around and waved the stick at me. Or at him. Right, he's third person, right? You're telling the story to the way, right? But in the end, it was the guy who tried to take it off got the hole in the head. Anything in your Bible, but they got the hole in it. As they're going through the passages, you're just like, looking just shocked.
Moral of the story is don't think you're better than me. People. Don't think you're better than people.
That's good.
I like it.
Alright, cool. Alright, Charles. Not Charles, sorry. What's your name?
Pleasant.
Oh, this is quite a change.
So you gotta roll Fallout after, is it?
Oh, yes, let's do follow now.
Okay, yeah, I got a hole
Yeah.
in me.
So I think you have 3d6s and 3d10s.
I'm gonna just make sure my follow is.
Where's that 46s?
No, I think 48s and 4010. I think it's D8s and D10s he has.
Right, yes, you're right, you're
Yeah, but I want to make sure because I don't know if it's all turns of follow. I think it does. I think all the dice turn of follow, not just the excessive. I think it's when you take the blow, all those dice turn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm so dead.
Oh, you take the 2 highest.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're not that
And
bad.
if I'm reading the
Right.
summary right, any ones that you roll are experience.
Correct. Ones are good.
So in other words, I want to get a lot of d4s and take them all as fallout.
Only one is experience. The rest of them don't count.
Oh.
So as long as you have a 1, you get experience. All right. Yes, it's every dice that you took a blow for. So go ahead and roll 3d8s and 3d10s, and you're taking fallout.
Take my most trusty D10s.
And we're gonna.
The ones that roll the highest?
Things not looking too good.
Alright.
Come on,
Here we go,
get a 20.
Jackson.
Get a 20. Natural 20. Ooh, ow.
What's the 2 highest?
I got 1.
Yeah, 1.
I have a 10 and a 6.
Oh, 16!
Badly injured.
Yeah, well, I have a knee. I have a hole in my knee. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes sense.
Like it went just right up through your left thigh?
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
Yeah.
lucky for you, because it's in character creation, the only way you can die is 2 10s.
Okay.
Right? Because you don't escalate death.
Right.
Normally what would happen is a dog would have to try and save your life. So all the follow-up dice that you roll then become the conflict dice they have to beat.
Alright. Good luck, guys.
But now you don't have to do this in this game, in this
Right.
round.
Right.
But normally
in
that's what
the
happens.
past character
Yeah,
creation.
if that ever happens, then all the follow dice you take, and then you die otherwise, right? So yeah, it's pretty rough. All right, so followers, we're gonna do your rewards real fast here. All right, and does it say there your rewards and fallout and stuff?
Yeah, there's an
Yeah,
experience
fallout
and
and reflection fallout.
Does it tell you what each is?
there's also a
Add
long
one to
term.
one of your stats, create a new trait at
Oh,
one
here
to
it is.
6.
Right. So yeah.
Right
So
along
you have a 16 fallout, right?
Yeah.
That's long-term fallout.
Yep. So I can choose one of those things.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a new trait at a D4, and it's gonna be.
Okay. I got shot in the leg. 1d4.
And just for argument's sake, it's the left leg.
All right. I got shot. Wounded left leg.
Yeah.
1d4. Cool. And you also get experience.
Yeah, I get one.
Yeah, which is good. You can add 1 to your stats. You can add 1d6 traits. You can add 1.
Add or subtract a die from an existing trait. Change the D size, so go up a D
Yeah.
size.
Go up dice size.
Okay.
Change the D size of an existing
Create a
trait.
new relationship. 1
I
to
will,
6. Subtract a die.
You wouldn't want to create a new relationship right now. You just kill them.
Yeah.
Blah.
I have a new relationship with his sister, then.
With my gun. My crab
My
gun.
gun's known as Sonya.
I'm gonna-
I respect her.
I'm gonna add a die to an existing trait that I
Sure.
have. Slingshot Pro. I'm gonna add a 2 to it because I beat my slingshot
Oh, yeah.
rival.
So you don't add numbers to it.
Right.
What you do is you increase the dice size. So if it's a D6, it's now a D8.
One of them says add or subtract one die from an
Yeah.
existing trait.
So basically.
But then
Oh,
one of them- there's another
one
thing that
die.
says
I'm
D
sorry.
size.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So it becomes 2d6 or 2d4 and
2d4 for that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
So I'm not that good at
So
slingshot.
you got a bum leg.
bum leg. And I think more of myself in terms of slingshots now.
Nice. Because guns kill people.
Yep.
And finally, Pleasant.
Well,
What do you hope to accomplish?
I hope to give solace when it's needed. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And at what point did that become the pinnacle?
I think there was another, what do you call this when we're training? Just initiates or
Sure. Other initiate dogs or something.
initiate dogs? I
Young
think there was
pups.
another initiate dog who was at the academy. I guess there were dorms there probably.
Of course. Yeah.
Hells Canadian were chased. Chased? Chased?
That's
Okay.
what I thought.
It's another one of those words I've only ever seen on paper.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of crying alone in the dorm, not speaking to anyone. And I was trying to get through to him.
Okay.
And he was trying his hardest not to have to talk.
Okay, cool. All right.
A little opposite of our conflict.
All right. And, all right, so let's see how the conflict turns out. The guy's crying alone. Probably holding his book of life to his chest.
Something like that.
You know, praying to the only God he knows.
King of Life.
The King of Life.
He's a decent guy.
Yeah. And then enters your character. Seeing this sobbing person, what do you do? Probably kneeling before, like, a tree or something? Probably outside.
I imagine he's been doing this for a while, so he's probably just sitting on his bed.
Okay.
I think the first thing I go over is go over and say, hey, how are you doing today?
Leave me alone.
Something's troubling you. I'm always around here to talk.
I said leave me alone.
I get to roll dice.
Geez, when you think it's a conflict. If you're going to be not leaving him alone, roll some dice.
Not leave him alone.
All right, roll those dice.
Okay.
So acuity and heart.
Yep, so that's 11d6.
I guess you're going to be wanting to get into a lot of talks with people.
I wonder why I rolled this character up. If I want to
I see a couple sixes there.
yeah, if I want to conflict, like physical conflict fighting, I'd go play D&D, I think.
I don't know. This game's got an interesting fighting system.
I've never played one of these games before, so immediately I went for fighting.
It's funny because you didn't actually get violent.
You just puffed up
Physical
your chest a bit.
intimidation.
Intimidation instead.
Yeah. So, I think I got some good rolls in there.
Yeah.
So am I raising to start off with?
Yeah. You're the one pushing yourself forward.
Mm-hmm.
You're causing the conflict. It is narrate. You can also put traits and such if you wish.
I think I'll follow up with the traits and stuff as it progresses.
It doesn't.
So I'm going to raise with a 10 to start off with.
Sure.
I'm going to say, there's obviously something bothering you, and there's no shame in talking about it. I've seen a lot of things happen, and I know sometimes people are weak. I know sometimes things that are unfair happen to them. There's no shame in either of those. It's best if you come clean right away of any sin you might have committed, so that it doesn't build on itself and become something uglier. Strength to recognize when you need to talk to someone.
Alright. Going to take the blow.
Your words got through.
And he's going to say, but the people, they don't understand how hard I worked. I've been in here for what seems like forever, and I'm still no further ahead. Look at you. What are you? You're just another person, yet they look at you as some type of gem, like you're gonna get it before me. You're nothing. You're not better than anybody else. He raises for 8.
Okay. I am going to block that.
Sure.
So
Just with your talkie skills.
my talkie skills, and I say all of us have to work hard. I did some hard work before I came here, and I never had some of the happiness that you probably had.
Oh, are you raising?
No, it was just my defense
You're
against them.
still seeing. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so we all go through a lot of pain. Some of us feel it because we don't feel we're good enough. We're all good enough. Some of us feel it because we had to take on this pain earlier in life.
How are you raising?
Now I'm raising. I'm going to go and brew some tea.
Okay, or he's got a little stand there with a little stove probably inside his dorm.
Okay, or maybe like there's a fireplace in the common room.
Yeah, fireplace. Yeah.
I'm gonna brew some tea.
It would be like one of those old like the old iron stoves.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna brew some tea. Can I borrow some D8s?
You certainly can.
Of course, he's still snuffled up.
Okay. Nice. I'm getting some nice rolls here.
Are you going to use your trait?
Quite convincing.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the trait that relates immediately to this. I'm gonna say I've seen a lot of hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think I'll raise for a...
Don't have much left.
I'm gonna raise for a 14.
Sure.
I'm gonna hand him a mug full of hot tea. I'm gonna say, now you drink this. I'm ready to talk. I'll still be waiting here right beside you. I've seen a lot of hurt in my time. I've seen a lot of people with a lot of troubles. And I know that I'm only going to ever get the full story if I wait and I'm patient and let you trust me.
Well, thank you. He takes it and starts drinking. Now he feels better. Feels like somebody understands it. And he gives up in the conflict. Now,
to roleplay without overpowering.
yeah. Keep in mind, though, that I have fixed dice for initiation only. Later on, I'll be doing the whole, well, I've got traits, and I can add traits just like you add traits.
We might get physical to not talk to
Right.
him. Then we might end up fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not an unbalanced system, but it's not that unbalanced either.
Oh, no.
So, cool. So
The
you
nervous system balance isn't really a concern.
yeah. Well, the narrative is the main concern. It's
Yeah.
not really the stats or the numbers.
It's the balancing factor. Really.
It's basically what happens after the fact, right? So you got your. So what do you get? You said to yourself, Pleasant, I hope to give someone solace when needed. Well, what did you do 1d6? Solace to somebody?
I did it.
I gave solace to a stranger 1d6. Or it's all about the heart.
It's about stopping sin before it starts.
Stop sin before it starts.
Is that a good one? Stop sin before it escalates, maybe? Kind of where I'm
Relinquishing
going with that.
sin before it's seed. Maybe we're getting closer.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's more of like a statement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Relinquish sin
1d6.
before it seeds.
That's funny.
To put it lightly,
Well, what happens
nipping
when
it in the bud.
when sin already happens? Uh-oh.
Alright, and I think I'm going to put a d6 into a relationship with him.
Okay.
So let's name him. What was his name?
Yeah, it was odd or something, wasn't it?
Brother Odd.
Rather odd. Oh.
Brother Odd.
So, that's the character creation for Dogs in the Vineyard. Next time, we'll actually be playing an actual game with all the shit I actually have pre-constructed. And I can guarantee you that if you thought today was fucked up, oh boy. I've got a plan in store for you guys.
I like where it can go.
All right.
The character
Cool.
creation was so much fun.